Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news as North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota are all declaring a state of emergency. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz issued a peacetime state of emergency after the state's 14th confirmed case of COVID-19 was announced today. Officials say most of the cases are clustered around the Twin Cities metro, particularly in Hennepin and Ramsey counties.
Based on the experience of other states and the message we're getting from our healthcare community, we are going into a heightened state of readiness to protect Minnesotans. As we look to the future, over the past several weeks, we have forecasted exactly this scenario. The systems, and I stress the systems that are in place to deal with this in the Minnesota Department of Health and in our private sector healthcare is prepared to deal with this.
Just moments ago, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum issued a peacetime emergency stating that North Dakota schools K through 12 will remain open following CDC guidelines. All remaining 2020 winter postseason tournaments are suspended, along with all remaining fine arts and spring sports sessions. The declaration gives the state money for additional testing kits in North Dakota. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem says she is closing all schools statewide next week. Governor Noem says the closure allows for school administrations to clean and prepare for the following weeks. She's also postponing all state basketball tournaments and all other extracurricular activities. Governor Noem will also sign an executive order allowing all non-essential employees to work from home. Moorhead Public Schools says they will be canceling student assemblies, large group gatherings, community education, adult enrichment, and school community committees, along with field trips. For a complete list of closures and school policies and event cancellations because of COVID-19, you can head online or to our VNL News app. Now to more breaking news as President Trump is now declaring a national emergency over the coronavirus. This caps off a week of extraordinary changes from canceled events to a European travel ban. At the same time, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are working across partisan lines to come up with an aid package to ease the reach and effects of the illness.
I am officially declaring a national emergency. Two very big words. The action I am taking will open up access to up to $50 billion of very important and a large amount of money for states and territories and localities in our shared fight against this disease.
President Trump reassured everyone that we will, in his words, overcome the threat of the virus through shared sacrifice and national determination. We are much cooler out there today, although the sunshine was trying to get through at times. Let's head over to the First Alert Storm Team Center and Nathan for more on tonight's forecast. Nathan?
Yeah, Andrea, I need those sunglasses for a little bit, then got to take them off when some clouds moved in our Valley Skycam right now at our Luther Family Forward part of our Skycam network shows a lot of those thick clouds there over the I-29 corridor looking out toward the west this evening. And yes, we are seeing on radar clouds are consistent across the entire area pretty much. Maybe up into northern Minnesota, you may be able to dodge some of those clouds and still see some clear sky, but we are looking also closer to home. Some blue showing up on radar, so we're not ruling out some flakes or flurries up and down the I-29 corridor as we head through this evening, as there is some moisture in these low-base clouds you just saw on our Luther Family Forward Skycam. And temperatures are solidly into the teens and 20s for everybody, so much cooler than we were yesterday. 18 right now in Langdon and Roseau, 19 in Bemidji and Cavalier. Aberdeen, the warm spot there, 34 degrees at this hour. But when you couple in those winds right out of the north for most of us, around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting 20 to 25, yeah, the wind chill is a factor. That is a little brisk out there for this evening, Andrea, but we are seeing another cool day for Saturday, but also a warm-up coming for Sunday. But with that warm-up, the chance of some snow, so we'll talk about that coming up in a couple minutes.
Thanks, Nathan. Bemidji police want your help finding a missing man. Officials say 35-year-old Matthew Asa was last seen at his home in Bemidji on December 24th. Matthew is 5'7", 195 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair. Matthew was last seen wearing a long-sleeve maroon-colored T-shirt with wings on the front, black tennis shoes, and khaki pants. Matthew currently has a shaved head. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Bemidji Police Department at the phone number on your screen, 218-333-9111. A 38-year-old man now faces multiple charges after leading police on a chase that ended with the driver smashing into a snowbank. It started around 2 this morning in Sabin when deputies were talking to a woman who was walking along the road. When deputies were speaking to her, they learned she was an assault victim and that the alleged suspect drove by. Authorities tried to stop the guy, but he led them on a chase into Moorhead. He was eventually arrested after crashing into a snowbank in the industrial park. 38-year-old Dallas Viker is booked on fleeing police, domestic assault, and reckless driving charges. It's Friday and time for a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 39-year-old Moises Delgadillo is wanted for unlawful entry into a vehicle. His picture is up on your screen right now. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information on him. Flights, events, and games all over are canceling left and right amid coronavirus concerns. It's continuing to shut down trips locally, like the Veterans Honor Flight, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for vets to see their memorials in Washington, D.C. The trip was scheduled for April, but it may take until September now. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard explains.
Their health is a priority, not, more than anything else.
David Brunsvold with the Veterans Honor Flight is one of the many trying to figure everything out.
We're disappointed. I'm disappointed. All of the board of directors, they're all disappointed because we love to do these.
Brunsvold was one of the many members calling vets, sharing the sad news. He says one of the veterans may not get their chance.
His health is deteriorating, so we're going to have to do probably a virtual one for him just to make sure that he gets that opportunity.
Brunsvold, being a Vietnam veteran, knows how much it means going to the nation's capital.
It's like you've known these guys all your life. You're a veteran, they're veterans, it's like your family.
The Honor Flight says they're going to try and get back on the road in May, if not September.
And it's for the best.
In Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
To stay up to date with the latest cancellations, you can download our Valley News Live news app. The World Health Organization announced today the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak has changed from China to Europe. The Director General of the WHO said more cases are being recorded there than were reported in China at the height of the epidemic. He encouraged every country to increase efforts and praised China, South Korea, and Singapore for aggressive actions to stem the virus spread. As always, the Director General began the briefing with the latest numbers.
Our message to countries continues to be, you must take a comprehensive approach. Not testing alone, not contact tracing alone, not quarantine alone, not social distancing alone. Do it all.
Over 135,000 people have been infected worldwide, the most in China, where over 3,000 patients died and over 62,000 have already recovered. Augusta National has announced that next month's Masters tournament will be postponed due to the spread of the coronavirus. The first major of the year had been scheduled to take place April 9th through the 12th. This also impacts the Augusta National Women's Amateur and the national finals of the drive, chip, and putt competition. This is the first time the tournament has been postponed since 1945, which occurred because of World War II. The Boston Athletic Association has postponed the 124th Boston Marathon. According to a statement on their website, the Boston Athletic Association understands and supports the decision to postpone the race until September 14th. On March 10th, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker declared a state of emergency.
Our priority right now is making sure the health and safety of the runners, of the fans, of the medical personnel, first responders, residents of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, visitors from across the country, visitors from across the world.
Mayor Walsh said Boston will prove once again that they are Boston strong. Iraqi soldiers have arrived at the site of a U.S. airstrike that targeted Iranian-backed militia weapon caches. The airstrike hit weapons storage areas at an airport that's under construction there. The U.S. hit a number of sites belonging to an Iranian-backed militia in Iraq after a rocket attack killed 2 U.S. troops and a British soldier. The Defense Department said the strikes bombed 5 weapon storage points used by the militants. Iraq's military has condemned the airstrikes.